We touch, we break, make it seem like we feel the same. We love what we hate. We lie, but we know we can't water what doesn't grow. Give up, let it go.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of TM Chat. Today we'll be interviewing the Melody Man, Mr. Tilo, with your hosts Trisha and Nyasha.
The Melody Man, how are you?
I'm okay, how are you, Trisha? How are you, Nyasha?
I'm good.
Yeah, I can see. Big smile.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Nice afro.
Thank you. I think we're trying to compete with the Melody Man. The afro.
Yeah, no.
We got inspiration today.
Oh.
Yeah, coming back to business, you recently released a song where we thought you are getting married. And it's talking about more about heartbreak. And according to your songs, you usually talk about a lot of heartbreaks or being like in a complicated relationship. Does that have to do with your personal life, or you're just trying to teach someone?
Well, basically, it's on both sides. You see, there are certain topics that people will just never get fond of.
Yes.
Love. When we talk about love, we're talking about emotional heartbreak, being in love, everything that revolves around emotions. There's also like topics like talking about marriages, money. But like you said, most of my music, it's not the first time I'm getting this. Someone actually told me that my music is very depressing.
Yeah.
So something that people need to understand is there are certain things that people easily relate to, and these are things that they've been through.
Yes,
because you're not going to feel part of something that you've not been through, and that's why people easily get it when they listen to something that maybe alipitamo or he's got a friend who apitamo. I wouldn't really say like most of my songs are based on my life experience. Some, why people say you don't have to experience a taco for you to know it hurts. So some things I also ndasambira kubantu limbwamo na kupshamo abone fonde pitamo then fimbina lipitamo na. So yeah, basically my music is just centered around something that I've experienced and something that I've seen people experiencing.
Okay, and you've done music with a lot of big artists. Which one inspired you to start doing music? Or which one do you look up to or gives you a lot of motivation to do your work more better?
Well, I wouldn't really say I look up to anyone. Art is art. Anybody who works hard is going to inspire you, whether be it in music, be it in anywhere. We get motivation from everywhere. Yeah. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm a very artistical person who's glued to whoever is doing good stuff. I'm very selective, but if it's art, it's art.
So what international artists do you plan on working with? Like who do you see yourself working with in the near future?
Well, I can't really put up names, but I have been working with a couple of people that I've just not said anything yet. I'm also pushing for to work with big brands. Because the thing is, in the Zambia music industry hasn't yet, blown out of Zambia. So right now what we're just trying to do is we're trying to get out there. If you've seen, there are a couple of artists that I'm sure you've been following that you've seen say, Bataba. The level of pushing their music is, yeah, because if there were people that really actually made it in Zambia, it was going to be easy for some of us too, and other people that I know. But right now, I think every Zambian artist is trying to get out there to market themselves and make themselves known out there.
Are you under any record label?
No, I'm not. I'm a solo artist.
Okay, do you wish to be under any record label?
Right now?
No disrespect, but yes, not just a Zambian record label.
Okay.
Okay.
So how did you come up with the name The Melody Man?
I didn't even actually come up with it. This thing of, like when you're being an artist, you find that there's always probably one or two names attached to it because of character. It's art. there's that guy who does love songs, Tilo, the Melody Man. There's that guy who does the other type of music. Others like to call Badman Alaji and all those things. So it's as character. It's like a movie character, you know what I mean? Okay. So the Melody Man came about when I dropped an EP. It was actually entitled The Melody Man. I dropped it in 2016. It was called The Melody Man. Okay. So that's where the name came from.
Okay.
That's a very interesting name. I like it more than Tilo, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really interesting. The Melody Man, Badman Alaji. So we're like, oh, how does this guy come up with these names?
I think it's because I like love songs. That's why.
Oh, you love love songs? Are you in love?
I just love love songs.
You're not even in love?
I'm a sucker of love.
The reason I love your music, it's because it kind of relates to my life. Mostly the one you did with Chef 187.
Complicated.
You said, you love me, babe.
Oh, Mumba.
Yes, that one is my favorite.
Are you in love?
No.
But my favorite.
Not yet.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Not
what's
the best.
Thank you very much. Is there a secret behind your swag in your music videos? Because even when I celebrate,
Swaggy.
Yeah, what's the secret?
So, right now, what most of Zambian artists don't understand is just like what I was saying. You know, when you want to get somewhere, you need to know. Yeah, you need to know how to get there. You know what I mean? It's like when you're drafting up a plan of accomplishing something, you need to put all the cons properly. So right now, the Zambian music industry has been stuck on a level where people just think it's about having an HD music video, showing off skin, naked women, alcohol, cars, you know what I mean? But right now, the African vibe is different because the leaders of the music that we're doing, which is Afropop, is the Western artists. We can't take away anything from them. So when you want to get there, you need to learn from the creators. There's no two way about it. No, I'm going to break off the system and do this. No. They set the trend and the rest will follow. So how do you follow? You need to know how they do it. And Zambian music videos lack art and fashion.
Except yours.
Thank you so much.
And
the few that I know, no disrespect. They lack art, and it's a very big factor out there in Africa. If you watch any Nigerian music video right now, you would want to watch it more than once. Why? Because of how everything is organized. The fashion, the art, everything. There's always something that's going to keep you glued. And that's what we're trying to do, and that's what we're hoping our fellow Zambians can wake up to it and understand, to say the game has changed now. This is a direction. We need to step up.
That's
even if you followed your local Zambian artists, Nangubat, Kuma performance, Kuma shows, they don't dress like, you know.
They don't dress like that.
They just, they just go like, but that standard has long passed.
Yeah.
When you're going to the event, music videos, everything needs to be artistic and fashionable.
Okay, so what was the secret behind your last show? The one you had with Waiseleb, with Super Kena, when you were in Dangali and the vest at the show?
Oh, which one is that one?
On Sosik's birthday. What was that? Was it the Kopala?
No, the last show that I did with Super was in Ndola by Levi Mwanawasa.
Yeah,
so I'm sure you must have seen other pictures. Yeah, it was amazing. It was packed. Yeah. A lot of people, big ups to Jackson events. It was well organized.
So people are like surprised to see you in a Dangali and all that with socks.
No, people are getting accustomed. You see, that's a good thing. When you feed people what you want to feed them, they'll understand and they'll go with it. So the problem with artists is they're too scared to try out new things. They're okay with what they have and where they are. They always feel if they're dead, you know what I mean. So you risk it.
So what's your music making process like? Is it like just comes or it takes like months for it to be made? Is it like there and then, or maybe you're sleeping? Some people say I was sleeping, then the verses just came and I wrote them and I made music. Like, how is your music making process? How does it look like?
Well, for me it's basic stuff. There are days when I just wake up, I feel like, because I'm literally in the studio almost every day, perfecting the craft. So kula fama days at why mange like these days go into the studio, I'm a beat on temwene, I start writing something on them. Then sometimes kula fena ukata pechi idea walemba fechi lwembo then waku studio. But in terms of like compilation, like the album I dropped last year, the Awakening album, it took me a year and some months because compiling up stuff is probably going to, you know, take time because of the theme.
So to my favorite song, Kuchalo, what inspired it? Because like I literally sleep with that song in my headsets. I'm like, yeah, I can't sleep until I listen. So what was the inspiration behind it? Like,
so that song, I wrote that song for my mother because my dad is late. Yes, I wrote that song for my mother.
R.I.P. to him.
Yeah, and basically everybody that's made it possible for me to get to where I am right now, because you'd never actually manage to go door to door. Thank you, you know. But as an artist, I believe when you do something like Kuchalo, even when I did that song, I knew it was going to be a national anthem because it's something that when someone listens to, they'll feel part of it. It's not just about the artist who did it.
Yes.
The content in the song is, even when you look at your life, you say, but there's someone who's made it possible for me to be where I am, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Which is how music has to be. It needs to speak to people.
Yes, and of all the artists in Zambia, what made you choose Waisele, the super government, to collaborate in your song?
Collab because of the kind of music I do.
Yes.
And the kind of, you know what I mean? But like I keep saying, art is art. You can get rugs, get something modern, put it together, make something standard, you know what I mean? And for me, because I recorded a couple of songs with him, we recorded like 3 songs together. Then I said, right now this is what people need.
Yes, very true.
Yeah, and nothing to take away from Waisele. He's a very influential person, very influential artist, you know what I mean? And he had things to say.
Yes.
Okay, he equally has things that he's going through. So that record also for him was a breather to speak to the people and let them know that he's grateful.
Yes. Do you have challenges in the music industry that you're currently working on?
Everybody has got challenges.
Which one?
Tapama pressure.
Okay.
Yeah, just like we're saying, we want to represent the country now on a different level. So we need to work very hard. We need to invest too much. So the journey is long, but we will get there.
Do you plan on dropping out an album anytime soon or next year?
No, I'm not planning to drop an album. I dropped an album last year. This video that I dropped, the H.O. Kabila, is from the recent album called The Awakening album. So I'm just shooting videos for the album. Then from time to time, nakola funyapo echanyu, na funyapo ya album, na funyapo echanyu. Kaila mantu.
December.
Locked in, November.
Wait, that you beat like
November locked in. November locked in. Summer bang. Yes.
Do you plan on releasing the video for Mumba anytime soon?
I wouldn't promise you anything, but like I've said, all the videos for the album are going to be short, so doesn't matter how long it's going to take me, but I'm going to put them out.
Can you promise to feature me on that song, because it's my favorite song?
No, I can't promise you because I don't know what the future holds. Yeah.
Do you have any plans of any show, like anytime soon?
I'm on tour actually. I'm on tour. These 2 weeks I've been here because I had events here. I had an event last night. I have an event tonight. So next week tunambokia kuma Chinsali huku Chinsali Lusaka. So I'm doing a Kuchalo tour.
A Kuchalo tour?
Yeah.
When are you going to Lusaka? Maybe
the last week of this month, 30th of September.
We'll find you. We'll definitely be there.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us, Mr. Tilo.
Yeah, thank you so much.
It was nice interviewing you.
But
Bless.
I had a last question for him. Okay. I want him to, before we end the show, would you like to say something to the upcoming artists who want to join the music industry?
Well, it's nothing that I would say that obviously they haven't heard yet, you know. It's unfortunate that most people that are getting into the industry, they are not having time to really know why they are getting into the industry. Most days, these days when you talk to artists, they just tell you they want to make a hit song, they want to blow up, which is not the case. And that's why Zambian music, the level of Zambian music doesn't really have content, because everybody is getting into the studio just to make a hit song and to blow up. But the passion needs to come first. So it's the passion and then the money, then the art is there. So if you do the opposite part, then you're not understanding. So the guys that are coming up, hey, keep working. It doesn't happen overnight. Not 1 year, not 2 years, not 5 years. It will happen when it's time to happen. Okay. What's really important is putting in the work and knowing your direction and destination.
Yes. And while you were in school, were you doing some music or playing any music or instruments?
No, I wasn't.
Okay, so you started music after your high school?
I was still doing music even around that time, but it just got serious after I completed high school.
Okay.
And I started building it, yeah.
Okay, well, while you were like an upcoming artist, have you ever been to a show and then like the crowd was not cheering to your songs, not singing back? How did that make you feel if you experienced that?
Well, everybody experiences that. It's a process. They're just things that you can't run away from, such as what you're asking me about. It's a definite happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where did you get the confidence and motivation to do what you do? Because I know it's not easy to be in the music industry, come up on stage, dance, and do what you do.
You know, performing is like you go to, like that's like the way we're talking. We're having this was planned and that's why we're here having this meeting. Same with the events. When you go to an event, there are people that have come specifically to watch you. So it's up to you to know how you're going to interact with them. Of course, there'll be people that probably won't like you or won't be there for you. Yeah. It's an interaction, a fun interaction. So if you just understand the concept of being an entertainer, then it's as easy as that.
Okay, well, thank you very much for your time. We really appreciate your cooperation and everything. Hope you have a great day.
Oh, natotela sana mtu akares.
Basketball.
Yes.
Yeah, we're playing. Yeah, we're playing right now.
But before we do that, we have to do the Kuchalo dance.
In the me, I don't know how to dance, so you just have to tell me. Saying, when you go left or you go right.
No stress. No, thank you so much.
You're welcome, and thank you as well.
Awete tindale kona fuma pantepo nafika nikuluse lwenu ndefokulanda inebo mwikafye mfaku wantu amashiwe manjebele ine nabika mubongo ndefokulanda inebo mwikafye mfaku wantu
Malimbika kuchalo Malimbika kuchalo
Nganayibukishe nshikushile fintu fyaliko fye fyakosa imwe shale tumono tulo matontonkanyo mobwaila bwasha letindabe mwalinsesha kubalwani bandi mwalimpuzusha mwebafyashiye mwalimpusha mumano na mumutima mwalinsesha apayalikala abamuchile ifo tupisha yonse febine de umfwa supa mulolo yalibalansa batu abakuchale kona fuma pantepo nafika nikuluse lwenu